Hello, beautiful and beloved ones. This is Lorelei from the Tightrope to 5D Music Reactions. And if you wonder about that weird title, stick around to the end. I'm going to give you a special message about this historic shift from third dimensional consciousness to fifth dimensional consciousness for the entire planet. So stick around. But first, we're going to do Dimas Senopati singing Dear God. Here we go. We got to hear that again. That's so beautiful, isn't it? I love a beautiful guitar solo. You know, when it's lovely like this. And look at his fingers moving here.
Crossed another cold state line, miles away from those I love, purpose hard to find. While I recall all the words you spoke to me, can't help but wish that I was there at where I love to be. Oh yeah. The harder when I'm not around, when I'm much too far away. We all need that person who can be true to you, but I left her when I found her, and now I wish I'd stay, 'cause I'm lonely and I'm tired.
I gotta go back and hear that again. It's so gritty, right? That's the one great thing about rock, is like so gritty. And he sings it so gritty there. By the way, if you're enjoying this, like my video here, like his later in the comments, and subscribe. Here we go.
Who's the harder when I'm not around, when I'm much too far away. We all need that person who can be true to you, but I left her when I found her, and now I wish I'd stay, 'cause I'm lonely and I'm tired. I'm missing you again. Oh no. Once again, there's nothing here for me on this barren road. There's no one here while the city sleeps and all the shops are closed. Can't help but think of the times I've had with you. Pictures and some memories will have to help me through. Oh yeah. Dear God, the only thing I ask of you is the harder when I'm not around, when I'm much too far away. We all need that person who can be true to you, but I left her when I found her, and now I wish I'd stay, 'cause I'm lonely and I'm tired. I'm missing you again. Oh no.
You know, this is the life of being on the road, you know, the loneliness that people often describe in their songs and things like that. And wow, you know, this is so heartfelt how he's doing that, right? Have you had, you know, this same experience in your life, by the way, of having your work take you away from anyone and someone you love, and that loneliness and all that? Have you had that in your life? I'm just curious to know, from those of you who have. And what did you do to sort of lift yourself up again? I'm curious about that. Here we go.
Once again, Some search, never finding the way. Before long, they waste away. I found you. Something told me to stay. I gave in to selfish ways, and how I miss someone to hold when hope begins to fade. A lonely road crossed another cold state line, miles away from those I love, purpose hard to find. Dear God, the only thing I ask of you is the harder when I'm not around, when I'm much too far away. We all need that person who can be true to you, but I left her when I found her, and now I wish I'd stay, 'cause I'm lonely and I'm tired. I miss.
This guy's like strumming away, huh? This guy, he's pretty great too. By the way, do you think these guys where are they from? Are they from maybe the Hawaiian Islands or something? I can't, they have a sort of an Asian kind of look or a Hawaiian kind of look. Tell me if you know where they're from. Comment.
Sing you again, oh no, once again. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Just so beautiful, isn't it? That guitar playing, holy moly. Let's just hear that a little bit more again. So easy to let just be in the background, but look at how hard they're working for this. Holy cow. Air guitar. Cute ending. That was adorable. Oh my. Oh my. Oh, wow. So, whoo, how phenomenal was that, huh? Well, I mean, phew, I got to put that on my scale now. 1 being very third dimensional fear, pain, sadness, anger. 10 being very fifth dimensional love, peace, joy, bliss, harmony, abundance. And I mean, the feel of that. Did you notice, like, when you're hearing that guitar, like the way it feels literally on the cells of your body? It's uplifting, it's beautiful. It's profound, the music. And then you got his gritty voice telling a tale of more of the human side of things, right? Being the loneliness, the sadness, that's not present in the fifth dimension, by the way, because there's just such a largesse of love. Anytime you're not with one, you're with another, or you're with the divine. And I mean, there's just no way to be lonely ever. So it's kind of a mix of like, third dimensional to fifth dimensional. So, but still, as a general feel to it, it's pretty high. So I think just the way it makes me feel is like 7.5, because those words are kind of, those words pull you back a little bit about being lonely. Let's go 7.5, just to be fair to the other artists. And remember, this is not about how great they did it. If I had to go say how great it was done on a chart of 1 to 10, it'd be a 15 or 20, right? Because they did such a great job. But so that's my little. So by the way, if you want to know a little bit about me, you can go to the About Me video on this channel. And also it leads you to a longer video about my sort of forged in the fire journey in this third dimensional life. And you could also look at to know the things I've created. If you look at the link in the notes about Lorelei on Patreon. So that's about me. So today I wanted to talk about, this is my fifth dimensional message, is to see the beauty. And like, this is such a great song that sort of like, brings that message forth in a way, because, when you're with your loved one, and usually if it's a love, at least in the early stages of a love, it's easy to see the beauty, right? It's easy to see the beauty in the being that you're with. And when you're with them and you're out, you're looking at the stars and the sky or the sunshine, you're out in nature, you can feel the beauty. You can go to those craft fairs and there's plenty of beauty. I mean, it's just like you're all in that beauty space, right? But then he goes off on his own without his loved one, and now he finds it harder, right? Because he's sitting there and he's lonely and he's missing this one. And again, this is not present in the higher dimensions because there's such a largesse of love there. So then the question is, you can sit in that third dimensional feeling, that loneliness, that sadness, and you can put on the sad music and play it over again and cry about how you're all alone, or you can just get up and get out and see the beauty, right? Anywhere you go, if you go to a movie even and just watch the families milling about and having a good time together, and sometimes it's lovers and they're enjoying themselves together, or you're out to dinner and now you can, see the delicious foods everyone is eating, or watch the wonderful people that are having their conversations and see the beauty in that, and walk out the door and see the flowers that they planted all around, and walk down the street from the hotel where you are and see what kind of world it is, like what kind of buildings and architecture and all that. Or if it's not real pretty to you, go to a museum, go to an art gallery, if you're in the city, or go outside and walk down the road. And, I just had such a great time at my daughter's wedding, and I went for walks out there from my hotel room, and it was out in Amish country, and it was just fun, and you literally had Amish people in their carriages driving by me as I'm walking, You have to be careful that you don't walk in any mess in those kinds of situations. So it's kind of like a battleground where you're walking, but it was fun, and it was a totally new, different experience. You see, the whole experience of being away from the one that you love is totally different depending on what your perspective of it is. It can be this perspective about being all alone and sad and lonely, right? Or you can see the beauty around you, see the fun, see the joy. And now it's exciting, right? And you're in a new place, and, see all these ways different people do things and different kinds of flowers they have around their houses as opposed to what you have maybe near your area. I mean, this is the way to raise your vibration. You see, that's why we're talking about this, see the beauty in this particular context of moving to the fifth dimension. Because seeing the beauty and like actively looking for it in every situation is going to raise your frequency and vibration. And on the other hand, if you're looking at all the, the trash on the ground, and, people don't pick up their cigarette butts, and, some places, the houses aren't very nice, and you have to paint the house, and, whatever else on the sidewalk is cracking. If you're looking at all that, it's going to lower your vibration and bring you more to the third dimensional world. So it's really absolutely a tool for you. It's a tool for us, and it's a training for us to train ourselves not to pay attention to the muck and mire, and to pay attention to the beauty and what's wonderful and what's fun and joyful and all of that. Just seeing that beauty is what raises us up even higher. So that's my little tool for you today. All right, beloved ones, I'm sending you that fifth dimensional energy. The peace, the joy, the love, the bliss, the beauty. It's everywhere, by the way. And it's going to get even more and more and more beautiful. This planet gets more and more and more and more beautiful the more we see the beauty around us. So here it goes, coming at you now. Namaste. I honor the God in you.